guys? It's Philip here with Fish Co. We're here today with Cole Sands, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro, and we're going to talk a little bit of Ned rigging, specifically our Little Deuce Ned rig bait, which may or may not be one of my favorites. My business partner, Jamie, likes to call me Ned Daracoop because of two of my favorite baits that I seem to throw all the time. But Cole, what's your favorite style or color of Ned rig to throw?
Yes, I mean, the cool thing about a Ned rig is something I really started throwing these past couple of years, and especially I guide full-time on Lake Chickamauga, and man, it just gets bit. You know, it's one of them baits you catch so many fish on, and you catch some big fish too. I mean, you weed through the numbers, and by the end of the day, you look at your best five, and you usually have a pretty decent bag. But when it comes to colors, you know, Fishco has a pretty good variety of colors, and they all catch fish. But my go-to pretty much is the green pumpkin, purple, copper flake. This is one of my favorites. I'll throw it in the Little Deuce and the Double Deuce. Just kind of depends on the application. My favorite time is kind of around the spawn when the fish are just kind of moving around the stumps. I love throwing it out there and just dragging it around the stump rows, and it just catches so many fish. But besides that, you know, Morning Dawn's a good one, especially when you get around the spotted bass places. And then Texas Red, green pumpkin Texas Reds have been a great color, especially around that spawn. So I'd say probably about them three colors have been my favorite lately.
One of mine, I would have to say, might be the PB&J.
Oh, that's a good one too.
I throw that one a lot. What type of hook is your favorite to use?
I use just a standard kind of Z-Man hook. I believe it's a Z-Man. I'm not super particular on the brand, but the biggest thing for me when it comes to Ned rigging, a lot of the hooks or Ned rigs, they're very small, like super small, so I get kind of a longer shank. I just feel like the fish stay hooked a little bit better.
Yeah, I do use a lot of the Z-Man mushroom style heads with open hook, because there's times I feel like the open hook gets you the better hookups and more finicky fish. But I'm also a fan, if you haven't tried it, the Owner offset blockhead, which gives it a weedless action. And just, you know, we all fish Chickamauga a lot, and I fish Coosa River a lot, and that's one place you hang up all the time. So I do tend to like that offset blockhead a little bit more. What about our 4-inch Double Deuce? What would you suggest on that, and what colors do you like?
Yeah, so it's kind of the same thing with the colors. Another one that's been really good lately is that green pumpkin blue swirl. It's kind of one of the new ones we've had out, and I got to test a couple prototypes out this past fall, and man, it's been a great one. But you know, I rig it standard like a lot of people do, just you know, on the Ned rig head. But another thing that I started doing this past year that really caught them is kind of a little sneaky deal, but basically taking that Double Deuce, and that's the green pumpkin blue swirl, Texas rigging it, usually with like a 4/0 hook, putting a little tiny 1/8 ounce tungsten on it, and then a big thing, you know, this is around the fall, you've seen it on Chickamauga and a lot of lakes, they get on that really tiny bait. So I'm taking a little willow leaf spinner, and with that light weight, I'm throwing it out there in the grass and I'm popping it, and it just falls real naturally as that spinner's falling. And man, I caught so many fish on it this past fall, and quickly became one of my favorite baits.
I think I'm gonna have to try that one now, because I hadn't seen that in a while, and it's been quite a few years since I've seen people put the spinner on there. But I know it has become a very popular bait. That's pretty interesting, and you know, we've got a lot of the new colors. We've added the green pumpkin blue swirl in the Double Deuce and the Little Deuce, which I think a lot of people have been asking for, and it's something we've wanted for a while, and a lot of your customers seem to enjoy that color as well. So are there any colors you'd recommend people to throw? You know, we got the February bite coming up where fish get shallow for the trap. So would green pumpkin Texas Red be one that they would throw?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you think pre-spawn, you think the red rattle traps and a lot of red baits, chatterbaits, but man, having a red soft plastic or a soft plastic with some red in it to you know, mix in there, because I mean, a lot of times you get a couple fish to bite. If you can follow up with like a Ned rig, that green pumpkin Texas Red, you might get 2 or 3 more fish out of that school that you wouldn't get. So definitely that one pre-spawn. Then as the year progresses, I really like to go to the swirl, the hotter it gets. Like I said, that green pumpkin purple copper flake's been a great one year round.
Yep.
And then in the summertime, you know, the ledges, that Morning Dawn is a hard color to beat.
Well, we debated on that green pumpkin purple copper for a while, and we've asked you and several other people what color would be good, and when y'all suggested that one, it's one I'd never really tried to throw, but it's something I've started throwing fairly regular.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of great tips on the Ned rig, and you can go on the Fishco website and see all the multitude of colors that we offer for Ned rig in the Little Deuce and Double Deuce. So you can find some color for any body of water that you fish. And again, thank you, Cole, for being with us today,
Thank you.
and we'll see you guys on the next pro tip.